Every day on There's No Taste Like Home, Chef Gino D'Acampo will take 3 family cooks and the recipes that have been passed down through their families from generation to generation, out of the home and into a professional kitchen.
Let the battle commence.
Together, they'll serve up their treasured dishes to paying customers, and the winning dish, judged by Gino, will be added to the restaurant's menu for a month.
This is absolutely cooked to perfection.
To prove
That there is no taste like home.
on today's show, a classic recipe from Louisiana full of flavours from France, West Africa and America's Deep South that's been a family favourite for nearly 200 years.
It's just a family recipe. I mean, this thing's gonna, like I said, go back 1800s or so. I mean, it's more names than I could ever imagine.
A hearty stew regularly enjoyed by Winston Churchill, who, whilst at Downing Street, claimed it to be one of his favourite meals.
She was a kitchen maid, and she always went to Downing Street because he just didn't like the meal in the Houses of Parliament.
And a traditional Jewish recipe that originated in Romania travelled to New York and is now a treasured family favourite in Devon.
Sometimes it brings tears to my eyes when I think about it because your memories are bound up in these recipes. I remember my mother, my grandmother, the people that are no longer here, and I get emotional, yeah.
Welcome to There's No Taste Like Home. I'm Gino D'Acampo, and today I'm in the heart of the West Country, in Plymouth. Now, Plymouth has ancient roots, from Bronze Age settlers to Romans. And in 1620, the Pilgrims' fathers, they left Plymouth to find a place where we now know as United States of America. With a place steeped in history, today's dishes will not disappoint you. I've brought them to this beautiful restaurant where very soon they're gonna cook their beloved family recipes for paying diners. But remember, they never cooked in a professional kitchen before, which, by the way, is completely different from cooking from home. Would they still be able to prove that there's no taste like home? I'm gonna go in and find out.
Time to meet today's cooks. Al Harris is creating great-grandmother Alberta's gumbo, served with rice and hot water cornbread. Sue Edwards is cooking Nellie's braised beef stew with carrots, dumplings and roast potatoes. And Meryl Salter is making Grandma Mary's Jewish chicken soup with matzo balls.
Okay, guys, welcome to a professional kitchen. How do you feel?
Good, good.
Yeah, are you excited?
Yes,
Ready.
yes.
Come on, this recipe has been in your families for generations. Now is the time to show them off to normal customers. All right? So everybody in their position, let's get cooking.
Let's go.
Come on, come on.
Let's find out how our first cook makes his dish at home. American-born Al Harris is a 44-year-old married father who moved to the UK to live in Swindon with his wife. Today, he's cooking his great-grandmother Alberta's gumbo, created in Louisiana in the early 1800s.
And here's how I make my great-grandmother Alberta's gumbo. All right, guys, here we go. Today we're gonna do a bit of something from home. We're gonna go all the way back to Louisiana for you today, bring a bit of this Southern soul food cooking. We're gonna start off with the chicken. And then we're gonna season these guys up a little bit. That there's a chipotle powder, which is actually a dried and smoked jalapeno pepper. We're gonna go to another multi-purpose rub. It's called hen and hog dust. This rub here is gonna have our onions, our peppers, a bit of garlic in it. Once that's all nice and in the meat, we can then get that into the smoker. There's the sausage. We're gonna let both of these smoke for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. That way we can get that deepness into it. We want that woodsy back home kind of flavor to it. It's gonna give a lot more bottom to it to level out the heat. Now, need to get these vegetables all prepped up. The Holy Trinity is gonna be your onion, your bell pepper, and your celery. You will not find a dish authentic down south without the Holy Trinity in it. We won't need a lot of garlic in this one here. We want everybody to hug and still be friends when we finish dinner tonight. This is a family affair, all right. You know what, we'll add the garlic to the side there. This is gonna be the absolute most important part of this entire dish. If you screw up the roux, the whole dish is ruined, right? The roux, basically, you're gonna want this to turn into a chocolatey brown sort of color. If it burns, it's got to go out. Bit of oil in the old cast iron pan. Start off with a bit of flour in that. You'll see this starts out almost pure white. And as we go along, it'll just get darker and darker in the mix. Again, we're gonna have about 20 minutes of constant moving and stirring on this. You gotta be sure you don't do this too fast. I'll tell you what, with gumbo, it's not something you really learn. You know, it's bred into you. It's just good, it's just home. If you can't make good gumbo, you missed a step somewhere. You really missed a step, and that's not right. That's right about ready for the next step there. Now, while it's still hot, we get the vegetables in it. Now it's chicken stock time. We're gonna let that simmer for about 15, 20 minutes or so. While that's happening, we'll go and get the chicken, the sausage off the smoker. There we go. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Let's get this in. We got the chicken from the smoker and the sausage. We're gonna go ahead and strip it off from the bone. We've got the chicken done now. We're gonna go ahead and cut the sausage. What we've done is we've used a kielbasa sausage. Add it to the chicken, everything in the pot. That's it, it's all in. Let that simmer for about a half an hour. Now we're gonna make cornbread. Not ordinary, but hot water cornbread. It's got a lot of history behind it also. The cornmeal that was made from was actually the offshoots and the throwaway when they used to ground corn. So it was then taken, added with hot water, bit of flour, bit of salt, made into a patty and fried. Again, only takes a couple of minutes to make it. Job done. And now it's time to serve up.
So that's Al's recipe for great-grandmother Alberta's gumbo, served with rice and cornbread. Now let's discover the family history behind this American classic.
So Al, tell me the story of this beautiful recipe. Where did it all start, my friend?
It's gumbo. It's Southern, it's Deep South, Louisiana. This is my whole family heritage. That's why this thing is so important to me. I mean, these things are passed down to me from my great-grandmother, Alberta, to my grandmother, Ruby, my mom, Ruth, down to me. I'm passing it to my children. It's just a family recipe, but I mean, this thing's gonna, like I said, go back 1800s or so. I mean, it's more names than I could ever imagine. But this is good old home cooking. This is food that sustained people over the years, you know, through long days. It's love, you know, and we cook with love. That's the base of this dish.
So tell me about your great-grandmother. What kind of memory have you got about her?
Oh, great-grandma Alberta, we couldn't do any wrong as kids. We couldn't do any wrong. She ran a tight ship, man. She ran a really tight ship. So much love in the house from her. You know, she grew up in times when things were really, really tough, really, really difficult. So because the families lived so close together, we shared. You know, and it's something that she's taught me, and she's always said, food is love. If you've got food, you've got love, and that's it. You share with anyone around you who needs, anyone who wants, and this is how they got along back then. You know, things were really, really, really difficult. But I remember her always being giving, and she used to always say, if anybody ever needs anything, make sure they don't need it.
What about your mother? Tell me a little bit about the memory when you were a little boy. What kind of character she is?
My mama, whew. She's a big inspiration, a very, very big inspiration. Remember, she's raising 4 boys. She's raised us to be independent. One thing she said is you'll be able to cook, you'll be able to clean, sew, knit, just everything. Then you worry about raising your family. If you can take care of yourself,
then you can take care of other people.
Then you can take care of other people.
Is it one of these recipes that whenever you cook it nowadays, it reminds you of your mom and dad and grandfather?
You know, you're making it a bit hard on me because I'm thinking about it now, to be quite honest. I miss my mom, I miss my dad, you know, my brothers and everybody. But these things bring back smiles, man, and good memories. I brought things with me today that I'm gonna cook with that reminded me of home. So those little things in itself, yeah, and I get to share that on an entire different continent. You know what I mean? And for people to like my food and understand it, I don't have to win today. I just want it out there.
So Al is under control then?
I'm always under control, baby. You can't look this good and not be under control. Come on now, come on.
Al starts the gumbo by preparing his key ingredients, and despite a cool, calm and confident exterior, he has one major concern about his dish.
I've been doing this for years and years and years, so it's gonna roll right through it, get it all together. The only thing I need to make sure I get right is the roux. That's the most important part of this dish. After that, we're just gonna coast.
What a fantastic start to the show, a dish with full of history, but you know what? We haven't finished yet. I've got 2 more cooks to come, and they both have a dish to die for.
Coming up, we shall fight them in the kitchens with a stew once cooked for Winston Churchill. A Jewish recipe full of home comforts with Romanian roots.
1 gumbo, 1 soup, 1 stew.
Yes, chef.
And our 3 home cooks feel the pressure as lunchtime service looms.
Yes, chef!
Yes, Gino?
Come on. Welcome back to There Is No Taste Like Home, where today I'm in the beautiful port city of Plymouth in the West Country. Today I've got 3 amateur cooks working here in this professional kitchen, preparing their family dishes for lunchtime service. Now, before the break, we met our first cook, but now it's time to meet our next competitor and find out how they make their dish at home.
68-year-old Sue Edwards is from Hatherley in Devon, where she lives on the family farm with daughter Emma and grandson Harry. Her dish is one that has graced the plates of Downing Street, Nellie's braised beef stew with dumplings. This recipe has come from Sue's mother, Helen Nellie Edwards, who cooked this dish for Winston Churchill in the mid-1920s.
This is how I make Nellie's braised beef stew and dumplings. I've got some top-class braised beef that we have trimmed, and I'm just going to cut it up in smallish chunks. Next, I'll peel the onion. In the winter, I cook this more or less once a week. Now I'm going to bring it up to the boil and let it simmer for about 2 hours. I've put about 12 ounces of dripping to melt, and now I'm putting in the pre-cooked Maris Piper's potatoes. And then half an hour there, then I will turn them around to cook the other side. I'm now going to slice up the mushrooms. I'm now going to slice up the carrots. Now I will make some dumplings. These are my mother's old scales, and they must be about 30 years old. I keep on threatening to throw them away, but they still do the job. Now I'm going to weigh out the suet. There we are, 4 ounces there. I will put a little pinch of salt, mix it all together. I'm just adding a little drop of water at the time to make a soft dough, and now I'm going to part them up. I'll just put a little bit of flour on my fingers, and I'll roll them into little balls. I think I'll try and make about 6 little balls. There we are, ready to go into the saucepan. Well, I like to cook them for about 20 minutes or more, just till they swell up, like, you know, they'll fill up the saucepan there then. So now I am adding my beef stock that I've thickened up with gravy browning and the self-raising flour. Now, after I've added the beef stock, now all the other elements are ready. And now it is time to serve up.
So that's Sue with Nellie's beef stew with carrots, dumplings and roast potatoes. Now let's find out about this dish's famous history.
So, Sue, tell me what I should know about your beautiful dish.
My mother started off with cooking for Winston Churchill for 3 years. She was a kitchen maid. She always went to number 11 Downing Street because he just didn't like the meals in the Houses of Parliament.
Churchill enjoyed Nellie's home cooking so much that she frequently accompanied him in his open-topped car, travelling from his home Chartwell to 11 Downing Street, where she would provide him with up to 3 meals a day. High praise from a man famed for his appetite as well as his bulldog spirit.
If this dish is good enough for Winston Churchill, we shouldn't have any problem with customers today then.
It's a good old traditional dish that's really good and wholesome and really fills you up. My mother, Nellie, she came to Devon. She met Father, and then from there on, they took over Brickyard. When I left school in 1957, things were really hard then. Money wasn't very plentiful. Father couldn't afford to give me any wages, so he told me to keep a pig. I started off with a sow, and I got up to about 30 sows, and then I opened up my shop in 1977 and then gradually expanded from there, making pork sausages and winning prizes all over the country with them. When people come into my farm shop and they ask me how to cook some of the meat and the dishes, I just say to them, well, you see, my mother cooked for Winston Churchill, and they say, oh, gosh, that's really interesting.
What would it mean to you to win today?
Well, my mum and dad would be really proud of me to know that if I was here cooking for paying people, cooking this good old-fashioned dish that's really tasty.
Sue begins her preparation today by dicing the beef and hopes that her dish will gain the same reaction from the diners as it does when she presents it at home.
I've cooked this dish so many times at home and everyone loves it, so I'm just hoping that the diners will enjoy it as well.
Another great history lesson going on our menus today. I'm getting really excited. But we haven't done yet. We have one more cook to go. Yes!
Originally from New York, 60-year-old Merrill Salter runs a bed and breakfast in Horsham with husband David. Today she's cooking up a dish with a rich history, Grandma Mary's Jewish chicken soup with matzo balls. This dish goes back at least 150 years and was passed down from Merrill's Romanian great-great-grandmother, Mary Rose.
This is how I make Grandma Mary's chicken soup with matzo balls. Every Jewish mother makes chicken soup. It's Jewish penicillin. If my kids are ill, if a friend or family is ill, you make chicken soup and you take it round. We always had chicken soup when I was a kid growing up. My mother made it every Friday night. So to begin with, I'll make the matzo balls. The Jewish word for it is knedlach, but matzo balls is much easier. So to begin with, I separate the eggs. It's here. So it's a good exercise for the arms, isn't it? Get rid of the bat wings. Now I'm going to beat the egg whites. So I'm now going to fold this into the egg yolks. And now I'm going to add the matzah meal. Matzah meal is basically like breadcrumbs, but made from matzah, which is a cracker made from flour and water. I'm going to use about 3/4 of a cup, say about 140 grams. So now I'm going to leave this in the fridge for about an hour, just to settle down. So I'll just put these here in the fridge. So here's my vegetables. So I suppose we'll start with the onion. So it's not a terribly precise dish. You chop your onion up and it'll all go in. So now I'll add the chicken to this. This chicken is about 2 kilos. Now I'll add a bay leaf and a stock cube and some salt. So now I'll let this come up to pressure and I'll turn the temperature down and it'll cook for 20 minutes. So I'll take the chicken out. It does smell so good. So now I've got my mixture that's been sitting in the fridge and I'll now form the matzo balls. About the size of walnuts. So I'm now going to let this come up to the boil, put the matzo balls in, and then simmer it for 20 minutes so they cook. And now I'm going to cover this and leave it to simmer. So the next thing I'd like to do is I get my bowls warmed up. I put a little bit of chicken and a few of the vegetables that the chicken was cooked with. And now it's ready for the chicken soup to be added to it with the matzo balls. And now it's ready to serve.
So that's Merrill's Grandma Mary's Jewish chicken soup with matzo balls. Now let's find out all about this traditional feel-good recipe.
Merrill, tell me about your dish. Tell me, where did you all start? Tell me the way you felt when you tried it the first time. I want to know everything.
Okay. The dish goes back generations in my family. We'll go back in my family in Romania. In the mid-1800s, my grandmother Rose would have made it. And she then taught my grandmother Mary. Now, when my grandmother became pregnant, so it would have been early 1900s, she said to my grandfather, she said, "I'm not having a baby in this country. There's just too much hatred here." So they got steerage and they sailed, on a boat to Ellis Island, got off in New York and made a life there. And then my mother was born in the Bronx.
Oh, wow.
And so she learned the recipe from her mother. When I was growing up, we lived on the 3rd floor of a block of flats in New York City, and my grandmother lived on the 5th floor. So when I came home from school each day, I would go upstairs to my grandmother, and she would look after me until my mother came home from work. And my grandmother would cook, and she'd watch Liberace on TV, and we'd do that together.
So when did you actually learn how to make the chicken soup?
Oh, when I was little. I think I was about 12 or so. I would help my mother. We cooked a lot, so I would learn how to make the chicken soup with my mother, how to make the matzo balls, all this Jewish comfort food.
What would it mean to you and to your family to win today?
They would cry, because we're big emotional people. So if my mother was here today, she would just think it was amazing. And yes, the tears would be flowing. And so would my grandmother. They'd both be crying together. And I suppose if I win, I'll cry, because it will be an emotional thing.
Lunchtime service is closing in, so Meryl starts her soup by shredding the chicken off the bone. She hopes to match her grandmother's standards and create a chicken soup to make the family proud.
I hope I get the chicken soup done as my grandmother would have made it, and to make everybody proud. But my fear is that not getting it chilled and not getting it skimmed enough, so it might be too greasy going out. So let's just hope that it doesn't happen.
Sue is at the critical stage of tasting her stew, but a beef stock from home has added a winning flavour.
Taste all the lovely juices that's come out of the braised beef and also the juices that's come out of the onion. It's a lovely combination. And I've thickened it. I've actually cooked it in some beef stock that I'd prepared last night.
Al is keen for the good people of Devon to taste his dish and swap the traditional flavour of the Southwest for the American Deep South.
Really, really want people to enjoy my food. It's a bit of my heritage. I get to bring it over with me from America to England. It's just gonna really, really feel good to get it out there and let other people see what we do.
So the menu is finally completed. 3 amazing dishes that come from all over the world. My 3 home cooks are nervously preparing their family dish, and very soon we're gonna find out what the people of Plymouth they're gonna think about their dishes. I need 2 soups.
Coming up,
Can I help you out?
service has our 3 home cooks in a spin. Can they stand the heat of the kitchen?
Come on, bring it on.
Everything is so hot here.
Welcome back to There's No Taste Like Home, where today I traveled all the way down to the West Country to find 3 home cooks all desperate to show off their dishes. We are now on countdown to lunchtime, and my 3 home cooks are busy preparing and making little touches to their dishes. So now I'm going to check on them, and while I do that, let's remind ourselves what's on the menu today.
Al Harris is cooking great-grandmother Alberta's gumbo, served with rice and hot water cornbread, a dish that brings the smoky flavours of the American South to the Southwest.
This dish here has been passed down for generations. I'm talking 5, 6 that I can actually remember. So we're gonna bring you this meal. It's gonna be thick, it's gonna be hearty, sort of a stew type of feel to it over a big bed of rice.
Sue Edwards is creating Nellie's braised beef stew with carrots, dumplings and roast potatoes, a dish once enjoyed by none other than Winston Churchill.
My mum cooked for Winston Churchill for about 3 years. She'd cook 3 cooked meals a day for him because he didn't like the Houses of Parliament food.
And Meryl Salter is making Grandma Mary's Jewish chicken soup with matzo balls, a traditional feel-good dish enjoyed for centuries.
We always had chicken soup when I was a kid growing up. My mother made it every Friday night. So it's memories.
It's almost lunchtime, and as the waiting staff put the final touches to the restaurant, diners are ready and waiting to try our home cooks' heritage dishes. So it's back to the kitchen to see how they're coping.
It'll all be definitely ready. The carrots are on and the roast potatoes are more than half done.
For service, I've got to do the hot water cornbread. That's going to be all done by hand, and I'm going to have to do that as the orders come in. They need to go out nice and steaming hot and very crispy. If they sit around too long, 4 or 6 minutes, it's over with. I've got to start over again. We're not going to do that today.
When I think about service, I inwardly panic, but I am going to keep a cool facade. I will look as though it's not a big deal, but I am terrified.
At what stage are you now?
You know what? That finish line part right there.
Okay.
All I've got to do now is I'll get the chicken in. We've got that all cooked down now. It's ready to go in the pot, infuse the flavors. That's it.
And job done.
Yeah.
So, have you got everything under control?
Yes, definitely. The roast potatoes are in the oven and the water's heating up
For the carrots. It needs to be absolutely spot on.
Oh, definitely,
Okay.
yes. I'll have it ready.
So, Meryl, are my balls floating?
They are floating, see?
It's beautiful and fluffy, nice. And I can see that there is not a lot of fat
Nope.
on the in the chicken soup. Very nice. Oh wow! You are the master of a chicken soup, then.
Boy, thank you.
The morning's preparation is now over, as this restaurant is open for business.
The menus for you.
The diners of Devon are a discerning crowd who really enjoy eating out, and already they are impressed by the heritage and stories behind today's dishes.
The menu sounds really different, doesn't it? I like the description about why each menu's been produced, a bit of the history about it. This is quite nice, about the lady being in service as well. So I think it's going to be really difficult to choose.
I think it's a fantastic menu. I could eat all three. So I've asked Elizabeth to have one, and I'll have the other one. And I'm going for the gumbo, and Elizabeth's having the stew and dumplings. But it's really impressive.
In about half an hour time, we're going to start service, okay? So it's very important in about 10 minutes that you prepare your final dish the way you think you want to present it. I need to taste it. I need to see what it's going to look like before we're going to serve to paying customers, all right? So you go 10 minutes, back to the station, bring me back the dish.
Done.
All right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Right.
Okay, come on.
Menus for you.
By the end of lunch service, Gino will award one dish the honour of being on this restaurant's menu for a month. His decision will look at 3 main criteria: cost of ingredients, preparation time in the kitchen, and the reaction of the diners. So whilst the cooks plate up their dishes, Gino heads front of house to meet 2 very special diners.
David, how are you? Are you enjoying the lunch so far?
Really, yeah.
Yeah? Now tell me something. How many times have you eaten the chicken soup?
Oh my God, I've been eating it for 38 years.
And look at that, you look like you're 25 or something.
I know, well.
Who do you think makes a better chicken soup, your mother-in-law or your wife? Your mother. I knew it.
Yeah.
Amanda, how are you?
Hello, how are
Everything
you?
okay?
Wonderful, thank you.
Oh, wonder. Hi guys, are you okay? I'm fine. Cool. Now, Al is in the kitchen. How do you think he's going to react under pressure?
Same as he always does, he doesn't feel pressure.
He does no pressure.
He doesn't feel pressure.
Have you actually ever attempted to cook the dish yourself?
Oh, I wouldn't even attempt it. No, I don't cook.
You don't cook at all?
No, I am.
So Al does all the cooking at home?
He does.
Wow. What about you guys? Do you cook?
He's teaching us how to do it, progressing, getting better at it, kind of passing it on to us.
You're gonna have to pick it up because this dish has been for so many years in Al's family that you're just gonna have to carry on with the tradition, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Guys, enjoy your lunch and I'll see you very soon. All right? Ciao.
Back in the kitchen, the 3 dishes are ready for Gino's taste test. First up today is Al Harris with great-grandmother Alberta's gumbo, served with rice and hot water cornbread.
I can understand now why Al said soul food. You really get kick in the back of the throat, a bit of spiciness. I want to try the sausage. The only thing that I'm hoping that the paying diners are going to really understand and give it a go to this dish. Then we have the water and cornbread. Good crunch around. Lovely.
Next is Sue Edwards with Nellie's braised beef stew with dumplings, carrots and roast potatoes.
Of course, we know that Winston Churchill was a very big fan of the stew. I'm going to imagine the stew, the beef is going to be all beautiful and tender. Which is, the dumpling should be quite light. Good dumpling. The potato, they look magnificent. I've got a little tip to give to Sue, but I'm expecting this one to be absolutely amazing. Oh, and they are. They are. But we're gonna have to do something with presentation. So, are you okay?
Yes.
The dish is absolutely great. The only problem is presentation. And what we are going to do is to separate, okay, all these ingredients.
Right.
We're going to put the stew in this dish here,
Yeah.
okay? On top of the stew, we're going to put the dumpling.
Yeah.
And then the carrots and potato, we're going to separately put them on another dish. But doing that,
Yeah.
of course, the potatoes, they're not going to get soggy on the bottom, and the carrots, they're going to be nice and bright. If you can serve it like this,
Right.
slightly in a different way, we are on a winner.
Oh, right.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
And finally, Gino will taste Meryl's Grandma Mary's Jewish chicken soup with matzo balls.
First of all, I'm glad to see that there is chicken in my chicken soup, because often whenever I have chicken soup, somehow the chicken disappears. So, I'm gonna guess some of these pieces that probably slightly dry. No, I'm wrong. They're absolutely beautiful. The mozza balls, they look slightly hard. I don't know why. I was expecting them to be very fluffy, but Meryl, the soup is amazing.
Good. Thank
But
you.
can I say something? I don't understand why the mozza balls is so hard. Why not?
I think maybe I didn't cook them long enough. So I've got some cooking longer.
Okay.
And these might have just come off a little bit too soon.
Do me a favor, cook them for another 15 minutes. We
Okay.
don't have longer before lunch, and I'll try them again.
Okay.
And if they're still hard, we're probably gonna steam them.
Okay.
I like it.
With the matzo balls back in the pan, Gino is happy with the dishes and allows service to begin.
In about 2 minutes' time, we're gonna start with service, okay? It's very important, whenever I shout to your dish, you're gonna have to shout back at me. I need to know that you understand the order, okay? So whenever I say chicken or any other dish, you say, yes, Gino, or yes, chef. One of the two, just let me know how long is it gonna take to serve it, because I have to coordinate all the dishes together to go to one table. Have I made myself clear?
Yes.
Chef.
Yes.
Let's do it again. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, chef.
Okay, very good. Very loud, because it's going to be very chaotic in here. All right? Everybody back to the station. We're going to start in 2 minutes. Right. Come on.
Hi guys, are we ready to order?
Can I have the gumbo, please?
What can I get for you, sir?
I'm going to go for Grandma Mary's Jewish chicken soup, please.
And I'd like the beef stew, please.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we have the first order coming. 1 gumbo, 1 soup, 1 stew.
Yes, chef.
Yes, Gino.
Come on, let's put a bit of soul in this gumbo.
All day long, baby, all day long.
There we are.
I need 2 stew, I need 1 soup.
Yes, chef.
How long for this gumbo?
30 seconds, chef.
Them here. Beautiful. Can you do me 2 more stew? Remember to talk to me, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
sorry.
Gino, or yes, chef, otherwise I have no
chef.
idea where you got it.
All right.
Okay, in 30 seconds I need a soup.
Yes, chef.
After a frantic start, the 3 beautiful recipes are served to the diners.
Fantastic. Wow.
Okay, can I have 1 more gumbo, 1 more stew, 1 more soup? 1 more gumbo, 1 more stew.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Excuse me.
How long is it gonna take?
2 seconds, chef.
Very beautiful. I need 2 of those, yeah?
Gumbo coming through.
Come on, bring it on. I need 1 more stew.
Everything is so hot here.
2 stews, 2 gumbo.
Right, chef.
How long for the stew?
Gumbo's up, chef.
The pace of service is hectic, and our 3 home cooks have never experienced anything like it.
I've ordered the gumbo and it's very, very tasty. The sauce is delicious. And there's lots of meat in it too, so really pleased with this.
I had the chicken soup, which was absolutely delicious. The presentation was fantastic. It was very colourful.
I've got the beef stew, and I have to say the potatoes are absolutely amazing. They remind me of being at school when we used to cook, when I think the dinner ladies used to cook potatoes in the old-fashioned way. It's really lovely to think that Winston Churchill actually tucked into this very, very same dish, you know.
Back in the kitchen, the 3 cooks are frantically putting their dishes together.
Can I help you, Al? Bread, sure.
Yeah,
You go that
bread's
way, I'll
there.
go that way.
Don't give me too much broth.
Al's cool front has melted, and in the heat of the kitchen, he lets his standards slip.
That's a messy dish, man. Very messy. Good food is like a beautiful woman. The first impact is the most important one, right?
Yes, chef.
In all the panic, Meryl hasn't noticed that she's skimping on her portions.
Not too much parsley.
Yes, chef.
And more soup, okay?
Service is challenging.
What about the soup?
The soup is coming. This is soup.
So how long?
Just coming up.
With a family link to Churchill, Sue's taking it all in her stride.
Try not to burn your dumpling.
Could this be her finest hour?
Okay, can I have 11 soups? Is everything all right, fine? Yeah? Any complaint?
Very happy customer.
You sure? Very good.
So far, so good. The diners seem pleased with the home cook's performance.
Okay, we are in the middle of the service, but not the end yet. Very soon I'm gonna have to make a decision of which of their dishes they're gonna be on this restaurant menu for 1 month. So wish me luck, and let's get on with it. 1 more soup, 1 stew.
Yes,
Coming up.
And the winner of today's Days on Taste Like Home is... Two gumbo!
30 seconds, chef.
That's cool, bring them here. I need 1 more stew.
Chef Gino D'Acampo is on a mission to prove there's no taste like home.
2 stews, 2 gumbo.
Yes, Gino.
Yes, chef.
Okay, in 30 seconds I need a soup.
Yes, chef.
He's found 3 home cooks with 3 historic family recipes. Together, they've taken over a restaurant in Plymouth, Devon. The restaurant is full to capacity, so the orders have been flooding into the kitchen, and the 3 cooks have only just managed to keep up with the frantic pace.
1 more stew. Come on, bring it on.
Service is nearly over, and the cooks are all keen for Gino to pick their dish to feature on this restaurant's menu for a month.
You're a beautiful woman, keep smiling. Beautiful, look at that. I need 3 gumbo, 2 stews, 1 soup.
Yes,
Yes,
chef. Coming through, coming through, coming through, coming through.
I need 22 more.
22 more.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't got all that. This is... No,
That
you're
one?
just... Yeah, careful, because I can chuck men your size over my shoulder.
Come on. This is the last one.
Hooray!
Oh, come on, man. I'll give you a few more. Thank you, sir.
Well done, well done, well
Thank
done.
you.
Come here. So how are you feeling? You okay?
I'm feeling fine.
Yeah. Now tell me, what do you think about the experience?
Amazing.
Yes,
Absolutely
that's right.
amazing.
Yeah? Was it
You
good?
included.
Yeah.
Is this something you would do it again?
Oh, yes, definitely. I'm always ready to do a challenge.
Now we have 1 more thing to do. I'm gonna go for a drink. You guys need to clean up the kitchen. Bye-bye.
Yes, chef.
Service is now over, and our cooks have done all they can to secure their dish a place on the restaurant's menu for a month. It's now up to the diners and the restaurant's manager and head chef to help Gino make his difficult decision.
I had the Jewish chicken soup with the dumplings, which I really wanted to try because I'm quite interested in Jewish food. It's not something I've had before.
And yeah, it was a lovely light meal. It was a nice lunchtime meal, just didn't fill you up too much and had a lot of taste. And it sort of felt like a healthy meal as well. It was, you know, it was just really enjoyable, just really nice and different.
Well, I had the gumbo, and I think all the table really liked the presentation. It was quite fresh and zingy, and there was enough on it to look like it was quite substantial. So we all tried the gumbo. I gave it to everybody. Most people liked it. I'd always wanted to try gumbo, so I was naturally very drawn to it in the beginning, and I thought probably I'd made the best choice.
I had the Nellie's braised beef stew and dumplings, and it was fantastic. There was lots of meat in it, lots of onions, mushrooms. Dumplings were beautiful. 2 big roast potatoes on the side. I think fried roast potatoes maybe, but it was absolutely fantastic. And I can see why it was Winston Churchill's favourite. It was good enough for him, it was good enough for me.
The diners are impressed, so which dish will Gino pick? Will it be Al Harris, who has created great-grandmother Alberta's gumbo served with hot water cornbread, a dish that brought the Deep South to the Southwest?
I want you to know a little bit about me. I want you to know a little bit about history of the Deep South. I want a bit of that soul food, we're going to call it today, so that you can taste the history.
Or Sue Edwards with Nellie's braised beef stew with carrots, dumplings and roast potatoes, a dish once enjoyed by Winston Churchill.
What would it mean to you to win today?
Well, my mum and dad would be really proud of me to know that if I was here cooking for paying people, cooking this good old-fashioned dish that's really tasty.
Or Meryl Salter and her Grandma Mary's Jewish chicken soup with matzo balls, a traditional feel-good dish that's been enjoyed for centuries.
Making chicken soup is memories for me, and I would be giving my recipe to other people, and they would be building their own memories around chicken soup. So that would just be incredible.
So guys, did you enjoy lunch? Yes! It was good, was it? Yes! All right, what I want you to do, I'm going to introduce you the 3 home cooks, so big round of applause, okay? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you my 3 home cooks. Come on, guys! So, guys, how do you feel?
Exhausted.
Exhausted. Is there an experience that you would do it again?
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah? Al, what do you think?
All day long, man.
Tell me, how do you feel in a professional kitchen? Because, of course, you've never done that before, so...
I think it went really well.
Yeah?
Yeah, just slot right in. Yeah, I'm comfortable with it. I like it.
First of all, let me tell you, I'm a very big fan of chicken soup, right? We had a little bit of a hiccup with you with the matzo balls, but at the end, we managed to put everything together, and it was a great day. You were very good during service, okay? Very, very, very quick. So, what can I tell you? I love the story of the beef with the dumpling that you told me about your mother, Churchill. You know, this stew was cooked once for Churchill. Al.
Sir.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Very good. Your great-grandmother Alberta's gumbo.
Yes.
I had no idea what was it. And I'm sure a lot of you that thought, you know, what's a gum? But during service, you had a lot of element on your dish. Oh. And it was great. Unfortunately, only one dish can go on this restaurant menu for 1 month. And the winner of today's Days on Taste Like Home is... Al is all yours, my friend. With a gum. Come here. Come here. Thank you. Well done, my friend. Well done. Well done. This is yours, and congratulations.
I'm good. I feel really good. I'm really happy. I'm ecstatic. Yeah, I'm good. It's good to be able to pass on some things from my heritage and background. And
are you going to phone your mom and dad now?
I'm going to call them up in about 15 good minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think the first thing your mom is going to say.
She's just going to cry. Boy, you lying. Boy, you lying to me.
Al's dish was great. I think it was a fair result. I think, you know, he did a great dish and he deserved it. Well done.
I'm pleased that he won it because there was a lot of work involved. Good luck to him.
The other girls worked really, really hard. They worked really hard, and they were pure pleasure to be with.
Cheers.
Yeah, good, honest, home-cooked food. You know, it sticks to your ribs, and you just don't forget it.
Guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and of course, congratulations to Al and his beautiful gumbo dish, which I thought it was absolutely excellent. I loved all the flavor, the spiciness, but don't forget to join me next time as I continue my journey across the UK to find more home cooks, all eager to prove that this will taste like home.
Glad I got it out there. I'm really proud today.
Good job, Dad.
And I hope I made my kids proud. I think that's what's hitting me right here, you know. Come here, big boy. Yeah, little man did it all the way across the ocean. Yeah, I'm happy, really happy. Come on, man. Thank you.